Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today we're out here working on the flatbed in the driveway because it left me stranded on the side of the road. So I figured I would give a quick little rundown on how to change the fuel shutoff solenoid in the 6.9 and 7.3 IDIs, or pretty well anything that runs the Stanadyne rotary pump. It's pretty straightforward, so let's get at it. So I've already got the top off the pump. This is the top cover. It's held on with 3 little bolts. They're really simple to get to. Pull this cover off, and I've already installed the new one. Now here is the original shutoff solenoid. As you can tell, it is, if it'll focus here, blowed out pretty good. We were driving it along and it felt like I just reached off, shut the key off. And that was it. So I've got a new OEM replacement. I did not get one of the El Cheapo ones off Amazon or eBay. They are kind of hit and miss on whether they'll hold up. But yeah, the details I wanted to cover on these 2 studs. Basically, you'll take these 2 nuts off. Be careful not to mess up your ground strap. After these 2 come off, your power tab and your ground strap will come off, and then you've got the 2 nuts that actually secure the solenoid to the cover. And underneath those nuts are little isolation pads that isolate the studs from the cover, so it doesn't just direct short. More than likely they'll be tore up, so get you a piece of gasket material or something like that, cut to fit underneath the bottom washer, and that will isolate these studs from the cover and keep it from shorting out. I've also gone on and installed a new rubber seal here. Mine was in okay shape, but I figured while I was at it, I would go on and replace it. It was, I think, 12 bucks online, and it's a really common part. There's a bunch of different pumps that use that same O-ring, so it's easy to find. Might as well replace it while you're there. But yeah, let's climb on up here. Oh. And as you can see, I've got the cover off the top of the pump. Yeah, you know, diesel fuel's black. Don't worry about that. But so the trick to reinstalling this piece here and not causing a runaway condition is to set it down in place on the pump, but sit it forward. And if you can see here, I'll try and work you down in here a little bit. When you go to push this down, be sure it drops all the way down and over and then slides forward to line the holes up. Okay, as you can see, I've got the cover bolted back down. I've got the key in the run position, and now I'm going to touch this wire here to this spade and listen for an audible click from the pump. If you can hear that, that tells me that that solenoid is moving freely, so we should be good to go there. But just in case, I've got the air filter off of my intake tube, and I've got a plank of wood handy. This is always wise to do anytime you do any internal work to an injection pump or a fuel system in general, but typically the injection pump. Reason being is if a runaway condition occurs, the only way to shut it down is to block off airflow. So have a plank of wood handy. I can slap it over this intake and kill this motor before any damage is done if some freak accident happens and it goes into a runaway. And now I'm going to go on and hook this return line back up and crank it up, see what happens. Well, it was completely full of air and fought me for about 20 minutes, but It's good now. Let's see here, make sure it shuts off. Shuts off with the key. Fires right back up. It's beautiful. So now I just got to clean up the mess and wrap it up. Well, we got it all buttoned up. Yeah, this old one here was definitely fried, but starts good now and runs good, so no issue there. I am going to take my AEM air filter in and clean it out because it is filthy. But yeah, everything's cleaned up and we should be good to go on this one. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we thank you for watching.